Hi, Jack Heath, and welcome back to our discussion with the experts here at Piscataqua Savings Bank. Real interesting stuff on loans and different types of loans. And we welcome back Debbie Perry. She's the Vice President, Senior Loan Officer here, and Paul Alex is a Loan Officer for Piscataqua Savings Bank to talk about construction loans. Paul, tell us about the program.
Well, the first thing I'd like to point out about construction loans is that it's not just used to build a home. There are many uses for a construction loan. You can buy a piece of land and build a home. You can buy a home that already exists, rebuild it or renovate it, or you can rebuild and renovate a home that you already own. From a processing perspective, a construction loan is very different than
much different
than a traditional home loan. It's the application process is different, the appraisal process is different, how we disperse funds is different, and how the borrower pays back is different. And Debbie, maybe you could talk a little bit about how the application process is different.
Obviously, you apply for the construction loan, and what we would require for documents, there's more supporting documentation that you would need, obviously, because we're talking about building a new home. So there's plans and specifications, the design from the architect that we would need. Obviously, you wouldn't need if you were just coming in and applying for a purchase of a new home.
Right. So first they come talk to us. They say, I'm thinking about getting a construction loan. And we say, well, the most important piece are your plans and specs, because that's what the appraisal is based off of. So we'll lend 80% of the appraised value of the finished product. When an appraiser goes out to do an appraisal on an existing home, they can walk in the house, they can see the quality of construction, the materials. On a new construction or renovation, they need to get all that information off the plans and specs. So that's very important. So they can come up with the correct values, so then we can determine what we're going to give them as far as the 80% of the completed project.
Since new regulations have come into effect, it's been more difficult for lenders to be able to offer a construction loan. We are able to do that. We're able to offer a construction loan. It's been very interesting for us as far as trying to go through and meet the regulations, but we are able to do that.
Now, another difference with a construction loan, if I'm right, is the actual disbursement schedule of the loan.
Well, if you were to buy a regular home with a traditional home loan, all of the money would be given to the seller at closing. So if you took out a $300,000 loan, all of that money is going to be given to the seller at closing. With a construction loan, we don't give you all that money and just say, go build a house. We put that money in an escrow account, and it's distributed to the builder as construction continues. Typically, a builder, as part of the application package, will provide us with a disbursement schedule that's based on construction milestones. They may say, when the foundation is done, I want this much money. When the framing is done, I want this much money. So that provides quite a bit of protection for everyone involved, for us as the lender, for the borrower, to make sure everything is done correctly. But you could also renovate a home that you already own. So you could do a tear down and rebuild, which is very common in this area.
Yeah.
Or that's probably, we do more construction loans for that than actually building a new home. We do more renovations or tear down and rebuilds.
Yeah, we find there's not a lot of raw land anymore around here anyway.
For the actual person who has the construction loan, do they pay interest on the full amount or only what's dispersed?
So they pay interest only. We allow about 12 months for construction. So through that 12-month period, they're only paying interest on the amounts that are dispersed during the construction period.
Interesting on the construction loan. I learned something. So it can be for a rebuild as well as a complete new construction job. I'm also learning at the Piscataqua Savings Bank that you have the array of products, the expertise, the personal service, whether the loan actually stays in or outside of house, as you say, Deb. You have the team that works with the individual, from portfolio to flexible, to an adjustable rate, to a fixed rate, to a construction need or construction loan. They have it here. So check them all out at piscataqua.com. Mortgages, loans, different products for different people for different reasons. We'll catch you again real soon.